It's Friday, the 12th of August, 5:15 p.m. The health retreat is over. We're done. The initial plan was to take all the cameras and film it and do a proper review and sort of take the cameras into the health retreat and sort of share some of the stuff we were learning. It wasn't quite the right environment for that. We did take the camera in one day. So here's some of the stuff we got up to. Shouldn't be fighting on your own. Come on, this, by the way, is the first time I've ever put the camera in a tree and sort of did a vlog segment. Alright, so this is the situation. We had initially planned to stay in Bali for the weekend, and we looked up our favorite resort, Ayana, and they were fully booked. It's high season here in Bali. So we brought our flights forward because we've got heaps of shit to do. We've got heaps of things we want to implement from the learnings of this particular health retreat. I'm going to share some toward the end of this particular vlog when I get home. But we've got some time to kill. We brought our flights forward. We leave the lobby at 8:15, the flight's at 11:15. We've got 3 hours to kill. What should we bloody well get at? There's a big fish right here. Holy shit bags, I didn't even realize.
Oh, big fishy.
There's a big fucking fish.
And look, there's little baby ones.
Hello there. Oh, Jesus. What do you want to do for the next 3 hours?
Get another massage?
We did a pretty good job of killing the 3 hours. We are going home now. Bali, thanks for having us. Okay, let's talk about this health retreat for a sec. The premise of the entire thing was fasting and feasting. This means we didn't eat from when we woke up in the morning till about 12 in the middle of the day. Then we broke our fast on fruits and vegetables and whole foods eaten with our hands. And then we didn't really feast until sort of, what was it, babe, 4 or 5 p.m. in the night? Yeah. The program was held by a gentleman by the name of Tyler Tolman. Tyler's dad, Don, was the first guy I ever saw talk about health in a sort of a seminar type education environment. I was about 17 at the time and he was talking about bloody vegetarianism and whole foods and all this stuff. I wasn't ready for that message at the time, right? For those who follow this channel and don't really know my situation that well, Robin and I are both vegans. We're plant-based eaters. We eat bloody plants and we don't eat meat and we don't do much dairy. Oh, Robin doesn't do any dairy, she's 100% strict, but I eat like a tiny amount of dairy, tiny amount of cheese if it's in a burger and it's some fucking mayonnaise in a burger or something like that. And it's not because I'm a hippie or I want to save the animals and all this kind of stuff. I did it because there were some things that came up in my life and some friends and with some health issues. They had some health crises and they did some research and they said, take a look at these documentaries, read these books, and we decided to make the change. I ate KFC and McDonald's and all that stuff. I went plant-based for 30 days just to try it. I didn't think I'd stick to it, but within 20 days I felt much better. Within 30 days I'd fixed my asthma, I cleared my skin up, so I kept going with it, and that was 4 years ago now. I'm not one of those crazy fucking vegans who sort of judge people and criticize people and think that everyone who eats meat is like a murderer or something. I don't really care how people eat, but from my experience, if you haven't tried it before, it's worth trying. That's what I did. I just tried it and I got really good results. I never really went back. But anyway, back to the week in Bali. It was half theoretical and half practical. In the morning was the theory with Tyler, and we'd have education sessions on the mind-body-soul connection. And then in the afternoon, we had whole food cooking classes with Chef Cynthia Louise, and we learned to make all kinds of crazy shit. Some of which Robin is making right this minute.
Throw it in the oven, making almond butter.
Almond butter. Robin's putting together some stuff.
Homemade almond butter.
Look at this. We got inspired to sort of upgrade our kitchen and have shit out on the bench. We sort of, historically, we didn't have any stuff on the bench. We liked sort of a clean bench look, but having our own cooking station there in Bali and having all the stuff out and ready and prepped, it sort of not only motivated you to actually bloody cook, but it was practical and it was easy and it inspired you to cook more. What the fuck's that noise?
The tap.
Oh, I thought that was the almonds burning.
No, it's your kitchen's meant to be used and we weren't using it
Right.
to our best ability. So
Right.
that's what we're doing.
So what we're doing now is we're making almond butter, and we're gonna do almond milk as well. One thing that we really were inspired to do is to come home and start cooking all of our stuff and making all of our stuff from scratch. So instead of buying the bloody almond butter, which has got all this shit in it, even the organic stuff has shit in it, and it's processed in a way that's not as natural as what you can make yourself. And it's cheaper to make it yourself as well. This is a cookbook that we worked out of while we were away. We did pesto pizza on the first night. That was fucking amazing. Raw veggie satay, we did that. Sweet and sour tempeh, how was that? That was kind of like, think of like sweet and sour pork. Oh my golly gosh. But despite the recipes and the cooking and the inspiration of that, my main takeaway of the whole entire event came from the other people in the group, the other attendees. There was 19 of us in total. There were a couple of attendees who are going through some healing crises as we speak. And the reason they came to the bloody thing in the first place is because they're dealing with some healing crises and they need to move beyond them. Robin and I we don't have any healing crises at the moment. We came to sort of optimize our health. But when you see people who do have the cancer, who do have the motor neurons and do have the things going on, having them in that environment and watching them come in and then watching them leave and watching their journey just through bloody 5 days, we saw some phenomenal transformations. What about Haley?
Pretty powerful.
Like,
yeah.
insane.
You would think that 5 days would not change somebody, but it does.
It does.
It really does. 5 days of changing your energy and changing what you're eating and just educating yourself and empowering yourself is very, very powerful.
Yeah. Our perceptions, our thoughts, our mindset has such a massive role in our health and vitality and well-being. It's not really talked about that much, but it plays such a massive role. And I've been reading about this for years, and I've seen it happen in my own life. I've seen it happen in Robin's life. I've seen it happen in our parents' lives. When we hang on to guilt, when we hang on to shame, when we hang on to resentment, either towards someone else or some particular event that happened in our past or toward ourselves even, that really fucks us up. That really messes up your physiology when you have guilt and shame and resentment and unresolved issues. More than you can possibly imagine. There's a really cool documentary on this called Emotion. Actually, Don Tolman's in the documentary. I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put the link in the description to this video. Our emotions have a massive role in our health. Not only that, they affect how we eat as well. When we're feeling miserable and depressed and down and we're feeling like losers and we're disempowered, we don't want to eat healthy. You want to eat shit. You want to drink the fucking alcohol and you want to get smashed and you want to have the KFC. I know that from personal experience. But when you're feeling good and you're inspired and you're empowered and you're feeling charged, you want to eat healthy. But food and nutrition aside, just the guilt and the shame and the resentment has more of an effect on your life than you can possibly imagine if you haven't done much research into it. I tell my students with money as well. It works in finance, it works in health, it works in every area of life, in relationships. If you want to make money, but you have a lot of guilt and you have a lot of self-minimization, you don't really love yourself that much, there's no one in a million years that 1, you'll attract money, and 2, that you actually keep any of it. If you don't love yourself, you don't value yourself, and you feel guilty and you feel like you owe everything to some bloody other person or someone else or some external authority, there's no way that you're going to build wealth. And it's the same for health as well. You're not going to build anything if you have a low self-worth. In my opinion, and from what I've seen, self-love is the foundation of results and success in every single area of life. If you don't love yourself, it's very, very difficult to get results. And if you do love yourself, it sort of just flows, I don't want to say easily, I don't like that word, but effortlessly. When you love yourself, things come to you effortlessly. That's been my experience anyway, and that's what I've seen in other individuals. Make sure you love yourself is the moral of this video. In fact, I think it's such a big topic. I want to build like a course or at least a lesson within a course dedicated to self-love and how to systematically go about ramping it up a little bit by dissolving guilt, dissolving resentments, overcoming all the shit that happened in the past. Because when you can love yourself, I'm convinced that that's the first step toward building health, that's the first step toward building wealth, that's the first step toward having an inspired life.
Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time.
During our cooking classes, we realized that we desperately need a food processor. Processor? Food processor? Is that what it's called? Robin is making almond butter from scratch. Literally just roast almonds in the Thermomix, boom. And then this just sits in a jar and then the oils all come to the top. Kitchen is coming along well. The sun has got another 30 minutes of what, 30, 40 minutes? Reckon we'll make it down to the park?
Yeah. Got my knife in my back pocket so
I
can
got the
kill ya.
blanket. Yeah.
I say your place when we leave. This is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. Everybody's watching her. Precious what you